Can I start? Prabhupada's
Yeah,
quote?
press record, Mataji. Just 1 second.
Okay, sure. Welcome to Bhakti Sangha Japa group. Today, before we start our session, I would like to read Srila Prabhupada's quote for today, February 12th. Nice. The spiritual master and Krishna are two parallel lines. The train on two tracks moves forward. The spiritual master and Krishna are like these two tracks. They must be served simultaneously. Krishna helps one to find bona fide spiritual master, and bona fide spiritual master helps one to understand Krishna. If one does not get bona fide spiritual master, then how he can ever understand Krishna? You cannot serve Krishna without spiritual master, or serve just a spiritual master without serving Krishna. They must be served simultaneously. Letter to Mahapurusha, February 12th, 1968. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Such a beautiful quote. So, dear devotees, today we are so fortunate to have Her Grace Chinmayi Vrajapriya Devi Dasi Mataji on the topic of Sri Caitanya Bhagavata Antya Khand, chapter number 5, verse number 592 to onwards. Thank you very much, Mataji. Dandvat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to Sri Guru Maharaj. Thank you very much, Mataji, for giving your very valuable time and association to this morning to us and enlightening us on this topic of Sri Nityanand Prabhu's glory. I now hand over call to you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Ashwamati Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you for this warm welcome. And as Vinita Mataji also put in the chat, today's quote was so beautiful and so apt to what we are reading. We're reading about the Adi Guru and his beautiful, beautiful pastimes. And Prabhupada says we should worship both Srila Gurudeva and Krishna parallelly. And without one, the other cannot be reached. Such a beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. My humble obeisances at the lotus feet of all the assembled Vaishnavas. Please bless me that whatever I speak today will be in totally accord with Srila Prabhupada's words, Srila Guru Maharaj's words, and no words will rise from my mental concoction. Thank you, Preeti Vilasni Mataji and Kirtida Sundari Mataji, for giving me this opportunity. You all know how fallen I am. I don't know anything. But still, you give this opportunity and I take it just to purify myself. So thank you, Mataji. We'll start with Mangalacharan prayers. Om Ajnanathimiranthasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute तप्त कांचना गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमां विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्या देशतारिणे पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधारा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे हरे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपा तमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दं माधवं श्रीचैतन्यम् ईश्वरं हरिः ओं तत्सत्। Hare Krishna, Mataji's and Prabhuji's. We are in a very, very beautiful pastime of Lord Nityananda Ram. So Nityananda Ram was, he received instructions from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to travel back to Gaudadesh and inundate the whole of Bengal and thus the whole world with Krishna Prema. So our Nityananda Swarupa, our Nityananda Rama, he has started his journey. He first from Nilachal, he went to Panihati. In Panihati, we saw all the beautiful pastimes where Raghav Pandit and associates, they perform Abhishek on this most beautiful Supreme Lord. And then those beautiful pastimes of Kadamba and Damanaka flowers. And then from Panihati, our Supreme Lord went to Gadadhar Das's house. And from Gadadhar Das's house, we saw those beautiful pastimes of Gadadhar Das and how Nityananda Ram embraces the Balagopal deity to his chest. And from Gadadhar Das's house, he goes to Kadadaha. And does anybody remember whom did he meet in Kadadaha?
Uddhavananda Thakur.
Sorry, Prabhu?
Uddhavananda Thakur, I think.
That is different, Prabhu. It will come next. Before that, in Kadadaha, he saw somebody.
Sugriva who jumped.
Huh?
Sugriva who jumped over the.
Angada. Yes, Mataji. Purandara Pandita.
Why did I say Sugriva?
You are immersed in Ramayana all the time, that's why. And then one more personality who would go on tigers and tame pythons.
Chaitanya Das, Murari Chaitanya.
Chaitanya Das, Murari
Chaitanya Das. From there, Nityananda Ram goes to Saptagram. And Saptagram, Prabhuji already said, Udharana Datta Thakura. So there, Nityananda Ram, he elevates everybody, all the Yavanas, everybody, they are chanting so beautifully. Looking at them, the Brahmanas think, oh, why didn't we get this Krishna Prema? These Yavanas are crying with tears and they are chanting the Lord's names. So that's Nityananda Ram's mercy. And from there, which place anybody remembers from Shantipur? Sorry, I said the answer. From Saptagram, Nityananda Ram goes to Shantipur. And Shantipur, whom does he meet?
Advaitacharya.
And we saw those beautiful prayers of Advaitacharya, that beautiful pastime. All the time when these two lordships meet, there's always beautiful interaction. Humorous interactions will be there. But this time, I think both the lordships were very grave. And Advaitacharya glorifies Nityananda Ram. And from Shantipur, Nityananda Ram comes to which place? To see whom?
Now,
Navadvip, to see
Sachi Mata.
Shachi Mata Jai. So he comes to Mother Shachi, and Shachi Mata instructs Nityananda Ram to stay in Navadvip for some time. She says, if you're here, I can see you. Maybe once in 10 days, whatever. I can still see you, so please stay here. So taking those instructions, Nityananda Ram stays for some time in Navadvip. And then we saw how beautifully Nityananda Ram dresses, right? So we'll take just one moment and dwell on that so that we can have that beauty of Nityananda Ram throughout this 1 hour session. So Prabhuji did this on Tuesday. His head is decorated with beautiful silk cloth turban, and upon that silk cloth turban, Nityananda Ram, he gives lots of flower garlands. And then his neck has various necklaces with gold, pearl, everything, jewels, everything. He has necklaces. And his ears will have beautiful earrings with again gold and pearl earrings. And his hand will have armlets, bracelets, and all the 10 fingers will have gold rings. And his body has unlimited flower garlands. Body is smeared with sandalwood pulp, entire body, and something called gorochana. This gorochana is a kind of perfume which is obtained from cow's stomach, and it is very rare. Actually, I even read that it is some gallstones or something. This is this what I said first. It is from obtained from cow's stomach, was said by my Srila Gurudev. So this is applied on Nityananda Ram's entire body. And what else? There is a flute. Then there is a bamboo stick and a cane which is tucked in his belt, and in his hand he holds an iron rod. And his what are the colors of the garments? Blue, yellow and white garments. So this is our beautiful Nityananda Ram. And now in whose house was he staying when this beautiful pastime unfolds? Hiranya Pandit's house.
Hiranya Pandit.
Yes, Mataji, you said yesterday. Yes. So, and we saw yesterday, Mataji said so beautifully this, she's narrated this pastime. How many attempts have we seen by the dacoits till now?
2 so far.
2 so far. Mataji, you took the class. You shouldn't be answering. So 2, what were the 2 attempts? What happened? Anybody would like to say? First attempt?
First,
The
they sleep, all deep sleep until the next day. And the second time, all military soldiers, they saw around the house.
Yes. So this is what happened. First time they go and the spy goes and tells, oh, they're still, Nityananda Ram is still eating and everybody is doing kirtan. So they say, okay, we'll wait under this tree. And then Nityananda Ram's illusory potency comes over and they all sleep. And they wake up only when the crows caw. And second time, they go and they see all soldiers. They don't even look like human beings. In all the 4 directions they're walking, and they have covered the entire house, and they go back. So we'll see what happens today. And Mataji asked me to take from 594, but I beg everybody's forgiveness. I'll start from 592 because I had already prepared. So please, Mataji was kind to give me permission. She said, it's okay, you can repeat those verses. So we'll start from 592. So this way, when they see all the dacoits, so they say, I'm so sorry, they see all those soldiers. So the leader says, let us all go home today and we will wait quietly for 10 days. And after that, we will come back. So this is, and now Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur is talking. He says, meanwhile, our Avadhuta Chandra, Nitai Chandra, he is Nitai Chand, he is continuing to enjoy his pastimes. So what does Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur say? He says, Nityananda Charana Bhajaye ye jane Sarva Vigna Khandetaha Sabara Smarane. So, what to speak of Nityananda Ram? Just by remembering even those who worship the lotus feet of Nityananda Ram, all obstacles are vanquished. So I was just thinking of Nitai Padakamalam and Prabhupada's purports for that song also. So in that song, the translation itself says, if somebody wants to get out of this blazing fire of material existence, if somebody wants to end all their material miseries, and if somebody wants to see world peace, then the only solution is to take shelter of Nithai Padakamalam. And in the end of this song, Srila Narottam Das Thakur says, Nithayer Charana Satya Tahara Sevaka Nitya. So the lotus feet of Nityananda Ram, they are eternal truth. There is no illusion. People who are under illusion may think that to be illusion, but Nithai's Padakamalam is the eternal truth, and Tahara Sevaka Nitya. His servants are eternal. So by worshipping those lotus feet of Nityananda Ram, his servants also become eternal. And at this point, I was actually remembering one pastime which happened, not exactly a pastime, but Srila Gurudev, when he had come to Los Angeles in the year 2023, when he came to US in the Los Angeles temple, he meets His Holiness Giriraj Swami. And the meeting was so beautiful. It was just for not more than few minutes. What Maharaj Giriraj Swami Maharaj came and he embraced Srila Gurudev. Both of them, they embraced so tightly, and then there was a small conversation between them. And later on, Srila Gurudev, in one of the classes, he narrated about that. I want to read. Thank you, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji. She helped me find this. It goes back to 3 years, but she was kind enough and she's good at that. So she found that for me. I'll just read. This is a very, very small paragraph. This is in between the class of Guru Maharaj. He said this. Last night, I was embracing Giriraj Swami, and he kept his head on my heart for a long time. Then he said, I just hear in your heart Nithai Gora dancing. I was thinking that we know this song, Doyal Nithai Chaitanya Bole Nachre Amarman. He was chanting Nithai Gaur, and I could hear the dancing of Nithai Gaur in his mind. So this is how Nithai's servants are. They have Nithai and Gauranga in their heart, in their mind, and in all their activities. So that is why even when we remember them, all our obstacles are vanquished. How beautiful is this? We'll move on to the next verse. Hena Nityananda Prabhu Vihare Apane Tahane Karite Vighna Pare Ko na jane. So that is when we remember the servants of Nityananda, our obstacles are gone. So when Nityananda Ram himself enjoys his pastimes, who can create any obstacles? So this is what Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur is asking. It's not that the dacoits could come and could cause some sort of obstacle or any sort of pain to Nityananda Ram. So this pastime is unfolding so that Nityananda Ram is going to deliver the most fallen of fallen. So that is why this is happening. And this purport by Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur is so beautiful, though it has just 2 or 3 lines. Prabhupada Saraswati says, envious people always try to create obstacles in the endeavors of saintly persons. Under the influence of their sinful mentality, they create obstacles for all sorts of beneficial activities in this world. So this is happening. Time immemorial, envious people are there and they are creating obstacles in the activities of devotees who want to just serve the Lord. The Lord's instruction is, whomever you see, talk about my glories. And that is all the saintly persons want to do. But the envious people will create problems. But then Prabhupada Saraswati says, but no envious person will ever be able to create obstacles in in any of the activities of Sri Nityananda, who is performing in his desire to serve Lord Krishna. So I was thinking how envious people create obstacles, and this was so much in Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur's pastime itself. So this is from Sri Lilamrita, Prabhupada Lilamrita. Srila Prabhupada talks about this. Srila Prabhupada says, my Guru Maharaja's contributions is that he defeated the caste Goswamis. He defeated the Brahmanism. He did it the same way as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did. So there is no consideration whether one is a sannyasi, a brahmana, shudra, grihastha. Anyone who knows the signs of Krishna, he is a Goswami, he is a brahmana. So this was my Guru Maharaja's contribution. But for this reason, he had to face so many vehement protests from these brahmanas of the caste Goswamis. Prabhupada says, once they conspired to kill him. My Guru Maharaja told me personally, by his grace, when we used to meet alone, he used to talk about so many things. He was so kind that he used to talk with me and he personally told me about these people. They wanted to kill me. They collected 25,000 rupees in those days and went to bribe the police officer in charge of the area, saying, you take these 25,000 rupees. We shall do something against Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati and you don't take any steps. He could understand that they wanted to kill him. So the police officer frankly came to Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. Of course, we accept bribes and we indulge in such things, but not for a sadhu, not for a saintly person. I cannot dare. So the police officer refused and said to my Guru Maharaj, you take care. This is the position. This was because he so vehemently protested. So this is envious people acting against saintly people. Even Srila Prabhupada had this experience so many times. So many obstacles were created by people who didn't want him to preach Krishna consciousness. So one such episode was when there was a huge court case which was where the indictment the temple president of New York temple was indicted, and the indictment was what was it? It was illegal imprisonment and extortion from the father of one of the believers. So they were saying these Hare Krishnas, they brainwash people, they do some sort of mind control. That's why these young people have gone and they're staying in the temple, forgetting everything else. So this was the accusation. In fact, one Mataji, she was even kidnapped by some private detectives who were hired by her own mother so that she could be enrolled in some deprogramming stuff. And so they thought the brains were programmed by some way, and they had to get deprogrammed. So all this was there, but the judge, he ruled in favor of the Hare Krishna movement. He said this is a bona fide religion. So there was no question there. So that way, there won't be any obstacle when a saintly person, though there are envious people, but when a saintly person truly in his heart, he just wants to spread the Nityananda Ram's instructions, Gauranga's instructions, there won't be obstacles. But then, how can there be obstacles in the activities of Nityananda Ram? So this is what Prabhupada Saraswati is saying. अविद्या खंडाए यानरा दासे रस्मराणे से प्रभु रे विघ्न करी बेका को न जाने. Who can place impediments before the Lord when all ignorance is destroyed by remembering even his servant? So again, Prabhupada Saraswati says, no one is able to place impediments before Nityananda, Sri Nityananda, who is the master of the Supreme Lord's servants. For if a person remembers topics of even Sri Nityananda Ram's servants, the actions of ignorance in the form of aversion to the Supreme Lord cannot be maintained, and all his sinful thoughts are destroyed. Such beautiful instruction here. If we just read little bit about Nityananda Ram's servants, Srila Prabhupada Lilamrita or anything, so what happens? All our ignorance is gone. Our aversion to the Supreme Lord goes away, and all our sinful thoughts will also go away. सर्वगण सह विघ्न नाथ यांद्र दासा यांद्र अंश रुद्र करे जगत विनाशा यांद्र अंश नडिते भुवन कंपहाया हे न प्रभु नित्यानंद कारेता न भया. Ganesha, the destroyer of all obstacles, and his associates engage in his service. Rudra, his plenary portion, annihilates the universe. And when Ananta, his plenary portion, becomes restless, the entire universe trembles. How then can that Nityananda Ram be afraid of anyone? So for this, Prabhupada Saraswati gives a very long purport. We will quickly go through this purport, because the essence is Srila Prabhupada Saraswati is saying the Nityananda Ram cannot be afraid of anyone. He is the source of everything. He is the reason everything is in place. So, and because of fear of him, the material nature is functioning. Mayadhyakshena prakriti. So then how can he be afraid of a few dacoits? So that's what Prabhupada Saraswati is making us realize. So this is the first verse which Prabhupada Saraswati quotes is Vasudeva is talking this. He says, O soul of all that be, creation, maintenance, and destruction of the universe are all carried out by a fraction of an expansion of your expansion, right? And today I have come to take shelter of you. We know how many Vishnus are there and the Purusha avatars and how the functioning of this material universe takes place. So it is just a plenary portion of the portion. And then he goes, Prabhupada Saraswati goes to third canto. These are instructions of Kapila Deva. So where we'll take these verses. Kapila Deva is giving these instructions about devotional service. He says, Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he is the enjoyer of all sacrifices. He is the time factor, master of all masters. He enters everybody's heart. He is the support of everyone. He causes every being to be annihilated. Out of the sphere of Supreme God, Supreme Personality of Godhead, the wind blows. Out of fear of him, the sun shines. Out of fear of him, the rain pours. And out of fear of him, the host of heavenly bodies shed their luster. Out of fear of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the trees, creepers, herbs, seasonal plants, flowers, they all blossom and fructify, each in its own season. How neatly the material nature is functioning, all by the instructions of the Supreme Lord. Out of fear they are functioning. Out of fear of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the rivers flow and the oceans never flow. Out of fear of him, the fire burns. Out of fear of him, the earth with its mountains will not sink in the water of the universe. So, subject to the control of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the sky allows outer space to accommodate all the various planets, right? All the planets are in their particular orbits. Even half millimeter, they move here, there will be havoc. How is all this happening? By the Supreme Lord's will. So everything is being carried out by the Supreme Lord. And in the end, Prabhupada Saraswati quotes this beautiful Brahma Samhita verse where he says, where he talks about Ganesha. So Ganesha holds the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord upon the pair of tumulu protruding from his elephant head, in order to obtain power for him to function as the destroyer of all obstacles on the path of progress in the three worlds. So where can there be any obstacle to Nityananda Ram and his pastimes? He is, okay, I'll have to read the verse. Sarvanavadvipe kare swachande kirtana swachande kare na krida bhojana shayana. So now the dacoits are taking a break, so-called break. And what is our Supreme Lord doing? He's freely performing kirtan throughout Navadvip, and he's freely enjoying the pastimes of eating and sleeping. Sarva ange sakala amulya alankara yena dekhi baladeva rohini kumara, with priceless ornaments decorating his entire body. He looked just like Baladeva, the son of Rohini. He is Baladeva. So, Karpura Tambula Prabhu Karena Charvana Ishat Hasiya Mohe Jagajanamana. He chewed betel nuts mixed with camphor, and his sweet smile enchanted people of the entire world. So that sweet smile of Nityananda Ram, that most merciful smile, so that was enchanting people of the entire world, and he was doing his Sankirtan. Abhaya Paramananda Bule Sarva Sthane Abhaya Paramananda Bhakta Goshti Sane. He fearlessly and happily wandered about everywhere in the company of his devotees. So this was Nityananda Ram. Now we'll see, those dacoits are coming back. We'll see what they're going to do now. आरबार युक्ति करी पापी दस्यु गणे आइलेन नित्यानंद चंद्रेरा भवने. Now the sinful dacoits made another plan, and they gathered near the house where Nityananda Chandra was staying. Our Nitai Chand, they are coming to rob our Nitai Chand again. दैवे से दीन महा मेघे अंधकारा महाघोर निशा नाही लोकेरा संचारा. By the arrangement of providence, it was completely dark that night because of dense clouds. No other persons were out that night. So they chose a very dark night. They didn't choose a dark night. The providence arranged in such a way that the night was completely dark. There were dense clouds and no persons were out. So these dacoits thought this is the right time. महाभयंकर निशाचोर दस्युगणा दश पंच अस्त्र एको जनेर काचना. On that formidable night, each of those dacoits carried 5 to 10 weapons. The word kachana means carried. Okay. So they were all well equipped to go ahead with their mission today. प्रविष्ट हैला मात्रा बाडीर भितरे सबे हैला अंध केहा चाहते न पारे. As soon as they entered the courtyard of the house, they were completely blinded, unable to see anything. So as soon as they entered the court, till then they could see, but once they entered the courtyard of the house where this most beautiful, the most well ornamented Supreme Personality of Godhead is staying, what happened? They became blind. They could not see anything. किच्छु नहीं देखे अंधा हैला दस्यु गणा सबेई हैला हत प्राण बुद्धिमाना. These dacoits became so blind that they could not see a thing, and their life airs, their intelligence, and their minds, everything became paralyzed. We'll see now what happens. के हगिया पड़े गड़ा खाईरा भितारे जो के पोके दान से तारे Kamadai mare. Some fell into the trench and were bitten by leeches, insects, and bees. The phrase Gada Khaira refers to a trench surrounding the palace or residence of a king or landlord. So they fell into ditches and they were bitten by leeches, insects, bees, all kinds of insects they were bitten. उच्छिष्ट करते ते केह गिय पड़े तथाया मरये बिछा पोके रखा माड़े. Some fell into a pit where food remnants were thrown and suffered from the bites of insects and scorpions. So those days, we have seen even in some pastimes, right? They would dig trench small pits, and that's where the remnants of the food would go, and even the waste pots. We have some pastimes where even our Supreme Lord has gone, and as a little baby, he's gone and sat on those pots and given some deep instructions to his mother, Shachi Devi. So such pots and remnants of the food, everything would be thrown into a pit and it would be decaying and sort. It was not a very clean place. So there some of these dacoits fell and they were bitten by scorpions, insects, whatnot. केह केह पड़े गिया कांटारा ऊपरे सर्व अंगे फूटे कांटा नाड़ी ते न पहारे. Some fell on thorns that pierced their entire bodies and so they couldn't even move. खालेरा भीतरे गिया पड़े को न जाना हस्त पड़ा bhangi keha kara ek randana. Some fell into a hole wherein their hands and legs were broken and they began to cry. Sei khane karo kharo gaye aila jwara sarvadasyu gana chinta paila antara. Some of the dacoits there were afflicted by fever and every one of them became frightened. So all this was happening. Some fell into ditches, some were bitten by leeches, bees, some were bitten by scorpions, they fell among the food remnants, some were struck with thorns all over their body, and some got high fever, some fell into a hole and their hands and legs were broken. So everybody, they became frightened, but that's not the end. We'll see something more is going to happen now. नाय समय इंद्रा परम कौतुकी करिटे लागिला महा झड़ वृष्टि तठी. At that time, the mischievous Indra sent a great rainstorm there. So all these things were not enough. Indra is having more fun now. He's sending rain there. Eke mare dasyu poka झोंके रखा माड़े विशेषे माराये aro mahavrishi jhade. First the dacoits suffered the bites of leeches and insects, then they suffered further from the great rainstorm. शिलावृष्टि पड़े सब अंगेरा ऊपरी प्राणा नहीं आया भासे दुखेरा सागरे. Hail fell on them, big hailstones were falling on their body. Yet they did not die, but simply floated in an ocean of misery. They were going to get ocean of love. So now they are flowing in an ocean of misery, but हेना से पड़े एको महाझन झाना त्रासे मूर्छा हया सबे पासरी अपना. Then one lightning bolt struck there and they forgot themselves and they lost consciousness out of fear. The word Mahajanjana means lightning bolt. महावृष्टि दस्युगणा भिजे निरंतरा Shite sabhara kampite kalevara. Now, because of the heavy rain, the dacoits were completely soaked and began to shiver from the extreme cold. अंधः इच्छा किच्छु न पाया देखीते मारे दस्युगण महा जड़ा वृष्टि सीते. They were blinded, unable to see a thing, and now they suffered from the great rainstorm and cold. So first they became blind, then all that misery of falling here, there, being bitten by insects, leeches, being bones getting broken, all those things happened. Some developed fever, and then that was not enough. Now this great rainstorm and cold was causing misery to them. And why? Nityananda drohe asi yache ye janiya krodha indra vishesha marena dukha diya. Realizing that they had come to trouble Nityananda, the angry Indra awarded them severe punishment. So Indradeva saw that they are coming here to harm Nityanandaram, and he could not take that, and he gave them severe punishment. So generally, we see Indradeva as Vrindavan Das Thakur said, he's a very mischievous person. He does little unfavorable activities. We see in the case of our favorite pastime Govardhan Leela, he created havoc in Vrindavan, and also in Prithu Maharaj's pastime. Out of so in Vrindavan Leela, it was his pride which was making him act that way. In Prithu Maharaj's pastime, it was his fear that what if Prithu Maharaj does 100 Ashwamedha Yajnas and becomes Indra. So the fear of losing his position made him go and steal the horses. So basically, he does these kinds of unfavorable activities. But here, our Indra is doing a very favorable activity, and he's serving the Supreme Lord. And whoever is coming to trouble the Supreme Lord, he's giving them severe punishment. At this time, when I was reading this verse, I was also thinking of one pastime where Indra will act very favorably. So this is in Nilachal. When the 4 months, the Chaturmasya, generally the Navadvipvasis come to Nilachal. They do that long journey with Sri Shivananda Sen, and they come. And they have all these pastimes of Gundicha Marjan, Rath Yatra, and then they will basically be with Mahaprabhu for those 4 months. So many times when these elevated devotees would come, they would come with their Matajis also. The Matajis would also come, and they would be so engrossed in cooking for Mahaprabhu, because the rest of the months they could not see him, right? So now when they come to Nilachal, they would be very, very much engrossed in cooking for Mahaprabhu and inviting him and serving him very nice prasadam. So once Advaita Acharya would have given this invitation to Mahaprabhu, and generally when Mahaprabhu comes, he will come with other sannyasis. Okay, so that day Advaita Acharya would be cooking, and Advaita Acharya, I heard one of Guru Maharaj's classes on this yesterday. I just happened to hear it, and so I thought I'll also repeat this pastime. So when Advaita Acharya, he was personally cooking for Mahaprabhu, and by doing this act, he conquered the heart of Chaitanya Deva, it is said. So this way he was cooking, and Sita Thakurani, who is none other than Yogamaya, she was assisting Advaita Acharya. She was cutting all the vegetables, and she was getting all the favorite vegetables of Mahaprabhu like shag and all those things, and she was helping Advaita Acharya, Lord Advaita Acharya. And Advaita Acharya, as he was cooking, he gets a thought. He thinks, if Mahaprabhu comes with all these sannyasis, generally he doesn't eat much, because he's a sannyasi. So he is like, give me very little, give me small portions. I don't want these opulent food and all those things. But Advaita Acharya wanted his Mahaprabhu to eat wholeheartedly that day because he was cooking with so much love. So he was thinking, how will this work? How is this possible? So at that time, Indradeva fulfills Advaita Acharya's desire. So he starts pouring so much of rain, so and such gusty wind and all this, that all the sannyasis who were with Mahaprabhu, they didn't know where they were, what was happening, and they lost their path and they started walking there, here. They didn't know what was happening. Basically, they were so troubled by the wind and rain. And Mahaprabhu starts walking towards Advaitacharya's house, and he comes alone to Advaitacharya's house, and thus Advaitacharya's desire got fulfilled by Indra. So our Indradev sometimes does such nice acts also. So I was thinking of it. Let's move further. कटोक्षणे दस्युसेना पतिये ब्रह्मणा अकस्मात् भाग्ये ताराहैलस्मरणा. After some time, the Brahmana leader of those dacoits suddenly had a thought out of some good fortune. So actually here, why did Nityananda Ram? It is said, this is also again, I'm just repeating Srila Gurudev's words. Mahaprabhu is Prema avatar and Nityananda Ram is the mercy avatar. So, Nityananda Ram, why did he put these dacoits to such misery? So, Gurudev answers this. He said, I'll just read this because I wrote it down when Guru Maharaj said this, so I'll just read it. Nityananda Ram is Nityo Nityanam Chetanas Chetananam. And these dacoits, they were ruffians. So, Nityananda Prabhu had to make them suffer. And such unpleasantness would later cause change in their heart. So that they went through so much of unpleasantness, so that now there is change of heart. So that is what we are seeing now. That leader of dacoits, he suddenly had a thought out of some good fortune. What is that good fortune? Again, it is Nityananda Ram's mercy. मने भावे विप्र नित्यानंद नर नहे सत्य एहो ईश्वरा मनुष्य क्व भूक हे. The Brahmana thought Nityananda is not a human being. He is certainly the Supreme Lord. He cannot be an ordinary man. So now he is getting these realizations slowly. एकदिन मोहिलेन सबरे निद्राया तथापि न भुजिलु मीश्वर माया. One day he bewildered us with sleep, yet we could not understand because of the influence of the Lord's illusory energy. So now this the dacoit leader that who was born as a Brahmana, born in a Brahmana family, he understood that it is the Supreme Lord. He was the one who is making us do all these things. He put us to sleep the first day, but we could not understand. आरदिन महा अद्भुत पड़तिक गण देखाइले तबु मोरा नाहिल चेतना. Saying another day he showed us those most wonderful soldiers who were like Vishnu Dutas. They were walking here, there, chanting, but still we did not come to our senses. We could not understand. We thought they were some king's guards and they will all go away. योग्य मुनि पापिष्ठेरा ये सब दुर्गति हरिते प्रभुर धना ये न काइलुमति. This suffering is appropriate for sinful persons like us, for we try to plunder the Lord's wealth. Actually here the dacoit says they physically went to plunder the Lord's wealth, but am I not plundering? I am also, where am I following Ishavasya? So yes, this is a lesson for me too. ए महा संकटे मोरे के करीबे पारा, नित्यानंद बई मोरा गति नहीं आरा. So, who can protect me from this great danger? I have no shelter other than Nityananda. So now with all those injuries, with wet in rain, cold in rain, suffering, now the realization is coming. I have no shelter other than Nityananda. एता भावी द्विज नित्यानंदेरा चरण चिंतिय एकांत भावे लाइला शरण. After thinking in this way, the Brahmana meditated on and took complete shelter of the lotus feet of Nityananda. Now he is starting to show the actual Brahmanical qualities. That is why Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur is calling him Dvija, Brahmana. से चरण चिंती लय आपद नहीं आरा, से क्षण कोटि अपराधीर ओ निस्तारा. By meditating on his lotus feet, even one who has committed millions of offenses is immediately delivered from all difficulties. So this is such a beautiful verse. One who has committed millions of offenses, I am definitely there. But by meditating on the lotus feet of Nityananda Ram, we can all be delivered from all kinds of difficulties. So now this dacoit says beautiful, beautiful prayers. We'll quickly go through those prayers. Raksha Raksha Nityananda Shri Bala Gopala, Raksha Kara Prabhu Tumi Sarva Jiva Pala. O Nityananda, O Shri Bala Gopala, please protect me. O Lord, you are the maintainer of all living entities. Please protect me. ये जन आछाड़ प्रभु पृथ्वी ते खाया, पुनश्च पृथ्वी तारे हाय न सहाया. He's giving examples. He's saying, oh Lord, if a person falls forcefully to the ground, the earth supports him. So Prabhupada Saraswati gives this. He says, when a person falls to the ground, the earth does not allow him to fall further, but kindly protects him. So Prabhupada Saraswati says, those who trip and fall have only the ground as support to again get up. Similarly, O Lord, those who commit offenses to you have no one but you for refuge. We commit offenses at the lotus feet of Nityananda Ram. We have no one but Nityananda Ram as our refuge. So this is like it is also said, right? Nityananda Ram is the refuge for the most fallen of fallen. They have taken this, they have come here just to deliver the fallen, the distressed, the lowborn, the wretched, the foolish. So I fall into all those categories. We have no shelter other than Nityananda Ram. And the only way, and who gives us this Nitai's shelter? It is our Guru Devas. We are all so fortunate. ए मत ये तो माते अपराध करे, शेषो से है तुम्हारा स्मरणे दुख तारे. In the same way, the distress of one who commits offenses at your lotus feet is destroyed simply by remembering you. So just like a person falls on the ground, it is the Mother Earth who supports him. So the same way, one who commits offenses at your lotus feet will only have to come to you for a remedy. And that is, all the offenses are destroyed by simply remembering you. If a person who suffers distress or poverty becomes angry or disappointed with the Supreme Lord, then that angry or disappointed person commits an offense. For after facing some form of distress or poverty, then he can understand that you are the only protector. So this is what is the purport of this entire pastime. So that is why Nityananda Ram even displays this pastime. So we are angry, we are disappointed or something, we are not in the right frame of mind to approach the Supreme Lord, then he turns that thing in such a way that after facing some distress or poverty, we can understand that we have no other protector but the Supreme Lord. तुम्ही से जीवेरा क्षमा सर्व अपराधा पतित जनेरो तुम्ही करह प्रसाद. You forgive all offenses of all of the living entities and you bestow mercy on the fallen souls. तथापि यद्यपि यामी ब्रह्मग्न गोवधि मोरा वाड़ा आरा प्रभु नहीं अपराधी. I have killed Brahmanas, I have killed cows. O Lord, there is no greater offender than me. सर्व महापातकियो तोमारा शरणा लईले खंडए तारा samsara bandhana. If the most sinful person takes shelter of you, he is freed from all material bondage. So the more fallen we are, the better qualified we are. This Prabhuji said on the Monday class. So that's what it is. जन्मावधि तुम्ही से जीवेरा राख प्राणा अंते ओ तुम्ही से प्रभु कर परित्राणा. O Lord, you protect the living entities from the time of their birth and also at the time of their death. What other refuge do we have? ए संकट हैते प्रभु कर आजी रक्षा यदि जिन प्रभु तबे काइनु ये शिक्षा. O Lord, please protect me from this calamity today. And if I survive, I will remember this lesson. Again, this is a lesson for us. Distresses come, calamities come, we take refuge of the Supreme Lord. But what is the lesson we learned from that calamity? We have to understand and remember that lesson. जन्म जन्म प्रभु तुम्ही मुई तोरा दासा कि बजी न मरो यही हो मोरा आसा. Birth after birth, you are my Lord, I am your servant. Whether I live or die, I have no other desire. Today morning also in Maharaj's class, Maharaj made that Mataji sing that beautiful song of surrender, Manasa Deho Mora. So yes, in that also the same thing comes. I have no other desire, I'm just your servant. You want to give me another birth, you give it to me. But the only request is, make me even a worm in the devotee's house. So this is our Acharya saying. So he's teaching us how we should have. I don't have any of that mood, but it's an instruction. Kripamaya Nityananda Chandra Avatara is Kripamaya Nithai Chandra. Shuni Kari Lena Dasyu Ganera Udhara. That's it. When the most merciful Nityananda Chandra heard these prayers, he delivered those dacoits. Eyi mata chintite sa kala dasyu gana sabara haila dui chakshu vimochana. So once Nityananda Ram cast his merciful glance, and the dacoits, they regained their eyesight. As the dacoits thought like this, so that mood of surrender came to them and they regained their physical eyesight and also their internal eyesight. Nityananda Swarupera Sharana Prabhave Jada Vrishti Arakara Dehe Nahi Lage. By the influence of surrendering to Nityananda Swarupa, they were freed from the distress caused by the rainstorm. This is the last verse for today. Katakshane patha dekhi sabadasyu gana mrita praya haye sabha kharila gamana. Shortly thereafter, the dacoits found their way and returned home almost dead. So this pastime actually doesn't end here, but we will be ending the session here, and there's still the dacoits come back and they will, the leader will again tell the story in full circle to Nityananda Ram after he's changed. So that we have to wait till Monday. But we bought the story of the dacoits. Mataji had said, I have to finish at least till here. So it happened by Srila Gurudev's mercy. वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. Srila Guru Maharaj ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. All the assembled Vaishnavas ki jai. Thank you, Mataji.
Hari Bol. Hari Bol. What an amazing class. Sunil Prabhu is feeling 3 more days to go.
I know, even I felt that, but sorry, Prabhuji. Too many verses still. And Mataji, you had given me clear, you have to finish now. So.
Beautiful class, Mataji. It was so engaging. I really love the pastime of your Guru Maharaj. It's so sweet. It's very, very beautiful, Mataji. Yeah. And the entire pastime, actually, in every step of the pastime, I was thinking, what if they didn't get back their eyes? What if this? What if that? But then Vrindavan Das Thakur, he clarifies then and there. And the interesting analysis of Indradev was also very nice. It's to remind us that at the end of the day, these demigods, they are great devotees. Sometimes we take them for granted just because we read certain things. But that's not their normal character. When they behave out of character, it is mentioned so that we learn from them. But their normal character is to be a devotee, and that's what we miss seeing. Yeah, I was just thinking of that. How sweet of Indradev too. It's more like when the Lord is put into trouble, the devotee cannot keep quiet. They get very upset, like Hanuman, for example. So it might appear externally, oh, he's torturing another living entity, but it's not like that. It's just that they cannot tolerate the Lord being harmed. So I thought that was a very beautiful thing. Yeah. Thank you, Mataji. Lovely pastime. Very
Lovely.
engaging. Yeah, very, very engaging. And how Nityananda Prabhu can churn out humor from even such serious incidents. That's the best part. Yeah.
So beautiful, so beautiful. Yes, Mataji. I'm sure this pastime is dear to many, many, many devotees. And as I was saying, 3 years back in Chaitanya Lila class, Gurudev narrated this whole pastime. And even recently in a class, he said this pastime. So this is so dear, and lots of lessons to learn. And this is like a faith booster too.
Mm.
So yes, Mataji, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, and thank you for verifying whatever I was asking you. Thank you for giving your time and this opportunity, Mataji.
Very well, nothing, Mataji. I don't do anything, but thank you so much. A very interesting class.
Thank you, Sunil Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji Dhanatpanam. Thank you so much, beautiful class. I was just thinking like Nityanand Prabhu was so harsh on these thieves. But what about Jagai Mata? He was so merciful onto them, but these thieves were not that much compared to Jagai Mata. They were much better, I think. So why?
Prabhu, that's what I said during the class, Prabhu, because Guru Maharaj addressed this issue. He said, I was asked, Nityananda Ram is merciful, why? So that's why I said that. I told, right, I'm going to read it as Guru Maharaj said, because I wrote it down when he was saying. He says, he is the Paramatma in us. He knows us. So if he's putting us through some short phase of misery or anything, it is, he knows what he's doing. So these dacoits needed this. He knows that. That's why he did it.
Okay, so what about Jagai Mata? He just gave mercy directly, no punishment, nothing.
Yeah. There, Mahaprabhu came, right, to harm them. So he had to become the more merciful one. I don't know, Prabhu, just making humor out of it, but yes, Prabhu. But even this misery which the dacoits went through was for a short period of time, right, Prabhu? And what are they getting in return? So much, right?
Yes,
That's why
Mataji.
that is why the that's why the purports and even the way they were Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur has taken this pastime, right? So he's making us understand that though the sufferings were there, it was for few hours. That is all. So, and what are they getting in return for it?
Yes, Mataji,
Nice.
thank you so much. Mataji, what about the remembrance? Like it's mentioned that even if we remember, we have get so much benefit. So does it count if we chant their names like once in, when we woke up? Raghavapante, Damayanti, all these names.
Ah, right, Prabhu? Very nice. In fact, I had heard once, Prabhu, long back, I think it was Nithai Sevani Mataji who had told, we enter temple and that temple will have so many devotees, and in the front all dear devotees of the Lord will be standing, and we stand somewhere in the back. Then what is the probability that the Supreme Lord may see us? So she said the secret is chant Srila Prabhupada. So because I am saying Srila Prabhupada, the Lord will glance at me mercifully because I am taking the name of his dear devotee. So yes, Prabhu, just taking their names is so beautiful, as you said. Just saying Raghav Pandit, just saying Damayanti Mataji. It's so beautiful. Just taking our Guru Maharaj. That's why they say, right? They say the pranam mantra of Guru Maharaj, say the pranam mantra of Prabhupada. Yes, Prabhu. So purifying. Such a beautiful thought, Prabhu.
Thank you so much, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
We have a message from Suksagri Mataji. She says, "Please tell Chinmayi is the encyclopedia of Chaitanya Leela. My humble pranams."
I just read Mataji today. I didn't even do anything. She is the encyclopedia. She is actually the scholar, not me, Mataji. You
I
are
think
all.
both of you are. Both of you are. Yeah. Shivani Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Chinmayi Vrajapriya Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Hari Bol. Like Preeti Mataji already said, thank you so much for always very beautiful, enthusiastic class. Your enthusiasm wears off, and so engaging. Like your enthusiasm is so much and so beautiful that um, one does not want to like for a second miss what you're narrating. And thank you for
Mataji,
sharing
that's
Guru.
your sincerity, Mataji. If it was there in me, I would do it. I'm not doing it, so it's you, Mataji, not me.
No, that's your kind words. I have yet to get that sincerity in me. But thank you also for sharing Guru Maharaj's sweet pastime. Very beautiful. Very grateful to you, Mataji. Thank you, as always. Hare Krishna, Dhanam Pranams.
Danvat Pranam Shivani Mataji. Hare Krishna. You are a beautiful devotee, Mataji. Praladanand Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare
Danvat.
Krishna Mata, Haribol. Very nice class. During the whole episode, I was thinking, where do I stand? Do I stand along with those dacoits or where? Bhagavad Gita also defines stena evasi uchyate. All right. Isa vasyam idam sarvam yat kincha jagatyam jagat. If you and me cannot use our resources in service of Lord Krishna, we also fall in the category of the dacoits. All right. Because we are not using it for it's Lord Krishna's property, which even our body and our own self. So we are in that category. But Lord Nityananda is so merciful. Krishna is so merciful that, he has given us association of great sadhu like Sri Prabhupada. And that's how our life has become blessed because of such a kind of mercy on all of us. Thank you, Mata. I just want to share that little.
Beautiful, Prabhuji. Such a beautiful realization. Yes, Prabhu. They were dacoits. They were thinking of stealing the Lord's ornaments. But are we not dacoits? I mean, at least me, I am also plundering the Lord's property and not using it properly. So beautiful, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing it. Harita Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Krishna Mataji, Dandavad Pranam Mataji. Very beautiful explanation, Mataji. Mataji, the way you feel and tell, right, Mataji, that obviously brings us into that mood to listen nicely and understand, Mataji. And that with the mood that you tell, we get into that mood actually. You bring us into the mood of serving Nityananda and just realizing the pastime in front of our eyes. One thing I wanted to share, Mataji, I don't know if this is right or wrong. Since the dacoits were always thinking of the Lord, maybe that thinking of the Lord in any way we will get mercy, right, Mataji? In a negative way or a positive way. So that way, is it that way that they are getting that mercy, Mataji?
That is also
Because they were
true.
always thinking of Nityananda Prabhuji, his ornaments.
Yes.
Like we are told, like when we go to temple, you see the Lord from top, like from his feet to his. Then you take the darshan of his face, and they ask us to see what the Lord is wearing, how nicely is decorated, and all. So
Very true.
indirectly, they were all seeing his ornaments. They were seeing everything.
Yeah, yeah, that's what the intention was, not good,
Not right.
but he's the merciful Lord. He's
Yeah.
come to deliver such people. So yes, he showered his mercy. Very nice, Mataji. Yeah, Shishupala, envy, Kamsa, fear,
Yeah.
Hiranyakashipu, anger. Yes, but still they were all meditating on the Lord. Yes, Mataji. Very nice realization.
Hare Krishna Mataji. I just like, means I just got those pastimes like, even though they are miscreants, but still Lord showed that mercy because they are thinking about him. I thought like,
Yes, 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 Mataji. And they are physically seeing him. What more do they want, right?
yeah,
Seeing him.
yes. Jai. Thank you, Mataji. Thanks you for enlightening us. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hi, Krishna, Mataji.
Please accept my humble obeisances. I heard everyone, they got the realization and everything. It was such a beautiful class, Mataji. All the time, whenever you take class, you just involve us in that pastime all the time. And whatever you describe about all the time, your Guru Maharaj pastime, it was so nice. Yeah, the saints always they keep
All
Lord in their heart all the time.
so beautiful, right?
So if we do the Lord's devotees take a shelter, then too much. And our spiritual master, they just take us to the Lord Nityanand Ram Prabhu. Somebody has to mute.
Yes,
Hare
that's
Krishna
right.
Mataji. Janaki Vishnu Priya Mataji, please mute.
Yeah, so Mataji, it was so beautiful, so amazing class today. And I like the pastime, this pastime, and how dacoits they can become delivered. Like they can realize everything that Nityanand Ram is the merciful guru, and then they just take shelter of him. So we should also always shelter, keep keep ourselves in the lotus feet of the Lord Nityanand Prabhu. Always think whatever situation it comes to us, we have to just take shelter of Nityanand Prabhu.
Yes,
So nice. And today's verse, the Prabhupada's quote was also nice, because when we do the spiritual master, then it comes. The spiritual master takes us to the lotus feet of the Lord Nityanand, and then to Caitanya Mahaprabhu, and then to Radha Shyam Sundar. Such a beautiful class. Hari
Very-
Bol, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Your realizations are so beautiful. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Hare Krishna
Sweet.
Chinmayi Vrajapriya Mataji. What a
Anita.
wonderful class. As always, and everyone said their realization so wonderfully with that. So Mataji, I just have this question. This dacoits, actually each and every pastime, sometimes in lecture we just hear like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, but when we go through, we see that so many things are involved in that, right? So as we see in this dacoit pastimes also, yes, as you said, Guru Maharaj also always narrates his pastime, so it's so nice to hear from his lotus mouth. And yeah, so the question is, Mataji, so these dacoits in future, will they become devotees or what, Mataji?
They've become
So
all.
if so, sorry?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. If
They will.
so,
They have
if they
already become,
become,
no? It said, right? He delivered them.
yeah, the internal eyes were opened, right? Yeah, okay.
No,
So in that case-
external, I said internal. Now they regained their eyesight. It was me, Mataji, wrong, maybe.
Sorry, Mataji. So in that case, Mataji, they can be called as Kripasiddhas, right? So they had the mercy of, though they went through so many struggles, but they can be said as Kripasiddhas, that they got the mercy of Nityanand Prabhu and they became devotees. And in that case, Mataji, if they have, yes, of course, they thought of Lord in so many ways, and they became devotees. And in history, means like in scriptures, we see that Hiranyakashipu, Kamsa, they also thought of the Lord, but they did not become devotees, right? So how to understand this, Mataji?
Kripasiddha, Prabhupada gives 3 examples. He says Yagnapatnis, Shukadev Goswami, Bali Maharaj.
Yeah. Mm.
And in Nectar of Devotion, he says 2 ways we can achieve perfection. One is through sadhana bhakti, which is the most common one, and this is the mercy of the Lord coming out of nowhere. And for Bali Maharaj, in the purports, where I think it is in 8th canto, one of the chapters, Prabhupada very clearly says it was because of mercy of Prahlad Maharaj. He draws it out. Prabhupada gives us how Prahlad Maharaj had his mercy on Bali Maharaj. And because of Prahlad Maharaj, the Supreme Lord comes, gives his darshan to Bali Maharaj. And because he saw the Supreme Lord, he got the perfection of Atmanivedana. I don't know, Mataji, if these dacoits can be put into that category. Maybe Preeti Vilasni Mataji or Prahladanand Prabhu or anybody who can answer this question, please take it. It's not, I don't want to say anything I don't understand.
Okay.
No,
Yeah, okay.
Mataji,
issues.
Preeti Vilasni Mataji can answer.
Mataji's question is, are they Kripasiddhas?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, I mean, Kripasiddha means by they, yeah, so they became devotees, correct? After the end of the pastime?
I can, that's all I have heard. I can, we can see the subsequent verses, Mataji. If they come back and Nityananda Ram asks them what happened, and then they will relate the whole pastime. The leader
And-
comes and says, and then I don't know what happens.
Yeah, and
I
Jagan Mother,
remember
we call
somewhere.
them Kripasiddha.
Sorry.
That's what Prabhupada gives only 3
Jagai Mother,
people.
yeah, Kripasiddhas, right, Mataji? They're also Kripasiddhas.
Is it? Okay. If Jagai Mother is Kripasiddha, then logically maybe these people are also Kripasiddha. But like Mataji was telling, we don't have a solid reference, like where it is mentioned so and so was a Kripasiddha. Chinmay Mataji read some references, right? So
Yeah,
it's
means like I heard that Mataji was, means like from the past time, it said that the change of mind was there from the leader of the dacoit, right? Yes, Mataji?
Yes,
So,
and I'm seeing subsequent verses also, Mataji. He just makes them, you should gather all the rogues and dacoits together and induce them to lead religious lives. Nityananda took the garland from his neck and gave it to the Brahmana, and everybody chanted Jai Jai. He delivers them. So I don't know if we can use the phrase Kripasiddha, that Priti Mataji can answer. So they become, they all chanted the names of Hari, thousands or hundreds of thousands of times, and they became experts in devotional service.
Okay, so they then took the process of devotional service. It's mentioned, right, Mataji?
Yes, they became intoxicated with love for Krishna itself.
Okay. Thank you, Mataji. And my second part of the question was, if they have become devotees, then why others like Kamsa, Hiranyakashipu, they were not given that benediction of becoming devotees? They also thought of the Lord in the wrong way, right? So here also we see in the past time they were thinking to steal from. And yes, if we connect this, we can take even the pastime of Putana. She had the wrong intention, but but the action was good. The intention was wrong. So, but still, she was also given that mercy, right? So, how to understand these things? That's what Mataji, my question was.
Kamsa, I can say he didn't interact with Nithai. Prabhu, not in that form. I'm just
Okay.
speculating. You're
Saying about
making me speculate, Mataji. Mataji, my knowledge is this much, Mataji. I'm just speculating here. He was planning to kill that Lord Krishna there, and he is like, Yayata mam prapadyante.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
She was asking, Mataji was asking about Putana, but I had asked this question to Amarendra Prabhu, and Amarendra Prabhu had said that Putana, whether she liked or she didn't like, but she served the Lord by giving him the milk. Even though she had put poison, but it was still a service because she breastfed the Lord. So that is why she got the highest destination, because anyway you serve, but you get the fruit of your service. So I'm just giving that input, Mataji.
Okay.
So
okay.
nice, so nice. And I was
Very
just
nice,
thinking
yeah.
that's why Prabhupada has put us in these services, right? Whether we wake up in the morning, chant for the Lord, cook for the Lord. I mean, I'm cooking for my family, but then I'm offering, like physically, he's making me do those services. So nicely, Mataji, you said this. Very nice. That's the difference. So beautiful. Thank you, Parima Mataji.
Haribol Mataji, may I put a little reflection here?
Yes.
Okay, we are taking this as Kripa Siddha. They are not Siddha. Okay,
that's what I was.
They are not Siddha. They are just initiated into this. Why? Anukulyana Krishna Anusilanam Bhaktiruttama.
Beautiful.
You have to become Anukulya, not Pratikulya. Right? Anukulya, when we get, as I said, I consider myself also as a thief because of our material desires and material, So we get krupa. Krupa we get, but then to get krupa, we don't become immediately siddha. All right? We are induced in the process. Now you become a sadhan bhakti, and then you will reach bhav bhakti, prem bhakti, like that. So you become qualified by that krupa to join the real process of sadhana bhakti. That's how you progress. You immediately cannot. These thieves didn't become krupa siddha, like liberated immediately. No, they had to do the sadhana bhakti also. Now they were induced. Now their mentality changed from stealing to rendering service. So that was I was just thinking like that.
Beautiful.
Yeah, they're not siddha like that. Okay, thank you, Mata.
Complete answer, Prabhuji.
Yeah,
thank you.
Mata.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Anita Mataji, I'm sure your question is answered completely here.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Yes, Mataji. A little bit, yes, I could relate it. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. But my second part of the question remains same. So maybe when you're free, you can I can get back.
Is there more question, Mataji? Mataji, this platform, so many elevated devotees are here. Go ahead, Mataji.
Yeah, that's what I was asking about this other. Yeah, means like you were saying that that is Krishna ye tamam prapatente. That question, Mataji, because he was merciful with these devotees, but not with Kamsa and Hiranyakashipu, right? So that's what I was asking.
That's what Mataji said, right? Service was not there then.
Okay, this one. Okay, fine. Okay, Mataji, then yes. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Mahatma Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. So, Abadut is Nityananda Prabhu Abadut, right? And I heard that even Sukadev Goswami, he was Abadut. Avadut nature, even like a Zaravarat, Avadut. Even they don't have a cloth. Even we don't have a cloth. But why Nityananda Prabhu has to put in that level, like Avadut? He's not in the level of that Avadut, or what's the difference between these two?
Prabhuji, I didn't understand. Prabhuji, I'm so sorry.
So Avadut is Nityananda Prabhu is Avadut.
Mm.
And Sukadev Goswami and Jarabharat, they are also Avadut.
Mm.
But they are having even like Sukadev Goswami doesn't even have a cloth, like no kapra. So, and even the Zaravarat also. But Nityananda Prabhu has like the way how he is doing, like putting all the jewelries and a blue cloth and yellow and all that. So what is different between these two?
He's the Supreme Personality of Godhead, right, Prabhu?
Yeah, I know.
Swami are all still devotees, whereas he's the Supreme Lord. So he is Swarat. He is exhibiting his Avaduta quality more in giving mercy to everybody rather than behaving like an Avadut, like behaving the way you're saying. I don't know is there a prescribed way of being an Avadhuta? I don't know. I would say he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he chooses to be an Avadhuta at the same time chooses to dress like this. I don't know if I'm answering your question. I myself am not getting convinced with this answer. Again, Mataji or Praladanand Prabhuji.
I think already in the previous verses this point was discussed by Vrindavan Das Thakur, where he says that though he was an Avadut, he purposely dressed like that to attract the materialists. Like he decided that he wants to deliver everybody, including the rogues and thieves. And if he had to deliver them, he had to dress in particular ways. And that is how the story starts with those verses by Vrindavan Das Thakur. So he did certain things for the sake of, like Mataji already said, his focus was delivery, how he can deliver everyone. That was his focus. And to deliver some people, he had to do certain things. So that was his focus, though he was Avadut. Avadut is more of internal consciousness. Externally, he could be wearing dress, he could be in simple clothes, or he could be in opulent clothes, but he didn't care for it. It's not that he was attached to any of it. He didn't care for it. He used everything in a way that he could bring somebody into Krishna consciousness. That's all his focus was.
Beautiful, beautiful. Very nice.
That's what Vrindavan Das Thakur gives a prelude before he starts this pastime.
Very nice, Mataji. Prabhuji, did it answer your question? Do you have more, Prabhu?
That's nice. That's one that I was thinking maybe Nityananda Prabhu is also merit Abadut, right? He's a merit. He married.
Yeah, eventually he gets married too. Yeah.
One of the good point here. I was thinking that, but just want to know more from other devotees. So, thank you so much for giving.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
May I add little? Okay. Avadhut, our understanding is that he is beyond any rules and regulations. All right. So if he goes naked or if he dresses like an opulence, these are all beyond whatever we define him as a sannyasi. As a sannyasi, we have some like, but Avadhut is above sannyasi. He has no kind of restrictions of any kind. He can behave in ritual, but because he is spiritually, and Nityananda is Bhagwan himself. So, there is no restriction for him. So, whatever he is doing, his purpose is to bestow mercy. That's all, So, that's what I was thinking, that even if he's wearing golden ornaments, but he's Avadhuta. Vidhi ke beyond hai. Vadhu, vidhi. What is vidhi for a sannyasi? He cannot go naked somewhere, all right? But this is Avadhut. He's above this, in rules and regulations. That was my understanding about Avadhut Mata. Very well.
Very nice, Prabhuji. Very
Hare-
nice.
Hare-
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Nutan Mataji, Hare Krishna Mataji, Dharmat Pranam
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna Mataji, Dharmat Pranam. Thank you very much. Mataji, what I understood, I would like to share that. And thank you very much, Prahlad and Prabhuji, also for adding and making me understand we too really are thieves. We cannot think that hum doodh se dhule hue hai. So for making me realize that and making me ponder about that point again. I was not at all thinking ki main bhi ek dacoit hu. So that point sank in when Prabhuji mentioned. I was thinking throughout the class. That moment, I started thinking, ki, okay, even I have done the same, right? I am also dacoit. Means how am I pointing out to someone about those two dacoits when I'm listening to them? I'm calling them dacoits, dacoits, but rather I am also doing it in one or the other way when I am living this life, leading this life. So, Mataji, in our life, we have heard it many times. When we take up to Krishna consciousness, also, it's said that it does not mean that our life is going to be obstacle free. There will be times when we will be misunderstood, we will be facing setbacks or any difficulties. Those things feel like a punishment to us. But uh, in their case, in the case of dacoits, also, they were also doing the same things. But I think in one of the lectures by Gaurang Das Prabhuji's videos, I had heard that like example of candle he had given Prabhuji and how mother's love is similar. How mother's love is that analogy Prabhuji had given in that lecture. So he said a mother loves her kid, but if the kid wants to touch some hot object, the mother, what does she do? She just makes the kid feel the warmth first. She does not let the child put entire hand over that hot object. Like you can feel the warmth of a flame of a candle, but Krishna does not make you put your finger in the flame. So he just makes us feel that warmth. So before we are committing any bigger sins or bigger mistakes, he just gives us a trailer, I think, of bigger problem that would have arose.
Yes,
So in their case of this dacoits case, they were again and again they were becoming fearful. They were thinking, should we do or not? And the defamation nahi kar pa rahe, ye nahi ho pa raha hai. So those things were like a setback, no? For dacoit, that would be their accomplishment. Oh, हमने इतना ये किया, उतना वो किया. But they are not able to do that. So those things maybe they help them. And another point, Mataji, when all these things are happening, we must be grateful that ज़्यादा बड़ा हम sin नहीं करे, but at the same time we must not keep on committing the same mistake that we are doing. And
biggest thing.
we should,
Even in
whenever
Jagai
such
Madai
problem,
case, the Supreme Lord says that, right? Even in Jagai Madai case, Supreme Lord, that's what he says. Stop committing these sinful activities. You've taken shelter of me, and he even embraces Jagai. But he says, stop committing these activities. Right? That's
yes,
the biggest lesson, Mataji, and that's the toughest lesson, toughest one to do also,
perfect.
to get
Yes,
back.
Madhuri. So remembering that also, ki no, this may be whatever setbacks are coming in my life, obstacles are coming. I should try to remember that it is not just punishment that I am getting for my past deeds, past karmas, washing out. Sometimes this kind of thought helps. Sometimes it helps like ki okay, maybe to make me more humble, maybe for me to connect more at a deeper level. He is doing all those things. I mean, if I see in either of these ways, it helps me. But
Yes,
the second part, is it making me closer to Krishna? Is it taking me closer to Krishna? That is a better way to think. But sometimes the previous ones also, it pulls me down whenever I am facing something. So thank you very much, Madaji, for making me realize that second point means, is it taking me closer to Krishna? That I should remember. This is one of the realizations I got, whatever problem or setback is there.
yes,
Thanks a
Mataji.
lot. Hare
Yes.
Krishna, Madaji.
That's what, right? Like even those dacoits, after going through so much of misery, only they understood that they can take shelter, right? When Sunil Prabhu was asking what's the difference there, Mahaprabhu came with Sudarshana Chakra. He came. He couldn't take the activities what this Madai did of hurting Nityananda. But here they had to go through a little bit of suffering so that they can get back on track soon. The Lord was going to shower his mercy. Okay, Mataji. Yashomati Mataji will end, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, such a beautiful question answer session. And Prahaladanand Prabhu, always his realization is so beautiful. Always. Thank you very much, Mataji, for this beautiful class today. And we are very grateful to you, Mataji. We look forward to your association again in future. And Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Vrindavan Das Thakur Mahashay ki jai. हर ग्रेस चिन्मयी व्रजप्रिया देवी दासी माता जी की जय. हरि बोल माता जी.
Hare
दंडवत
Krishna,
प्रणाम.
Mataji.
हरे कृष्णा.
Hare
हरि हरि बोल.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.